Come in here, come in here, come in here. Come in here. All right, so we're gonna jump right into it, okay? So here are 3 things that I wish I knew before starting a wig business. You guys ready? Number 1, I know you heard this before, but do not quit your job. Don't quit your job. You're gonna start making some money, right? And it's gonna be really good money. Some months you might bring in like $5,000, $3,000. Then another month, maybe 7. You're gonna start making some money. And that's when you're gonna feel like, oh, I'm making more money than I'm making at my job. And then you're gonna quit your job. This is where you went wrong. This is where a lot of us went wrong. And not much people talking about it. Not enough people talking about it. Some months you make $0. Some months you make $0. Sometimes 2 months in a row you make $0. The hair business, the wig business, a lot of different businesses, they're not consecutive, okay? It's not gonna be a consistent flow of money when you're just starting out. Even if you start out for the first couple of months, there are only just a few people that get that hit and just took off. A lot of other people, they have to grind up the way. So let me tell you when I think is the best time for you to quit. If you can make $10,000 in profit consistently for 1 year, that means you understand something. You understand your marketing. You understand how to get sales. You understand branding. You understand the different seasons and what you need to do in order to make money in a certain season. Like for instance, January is very slow. January is a slow month. The end of February and March, that's when you start to pick up flow, okay? But you have to understand the different seasons and you have to be prepared for those seasons. Don't quit your job, because when pressure is on you to pay your bills, you don't have that type of mindset you need, or you wouldn't be able to function in a way where you could run your business, because you're gonna be in such a depressed mode. You're gonna be so stressed out. You're not gonna be able to do it. Maybe I could be wrong. Maybe you will be able to do it when you're back against the wall. But a lot of times it's hard. A lot of people who you see have successful hair business, sometimes they live with their mom. They live with a roommate. They have some type of man out there who's giving them money. Most of us women, we don't have that. I don't have that. Okay, I don't have that leisure. Some people, you have kids. So all of these different stuff you have to take into consideration, because if you living with your mom and you live with your husband, you have breathing room. But if you're by yourself and you have to take care of yourself, and it's gonna be even worse if you have kids. I have 1 son, but he's already grown, and he's out the house right now. But if you have kids and different responsibilities, you would want to keep your job so that you can bring that income in, okay? I know it's gonna suck for you to be at home making $5,000 and then only bringing in $2,000 in a month from your job. You're gonna feel like, oh yeah, I could quit this, I could do this. Hold on. Hold on. So let's say $10,000, 1 year consistently, then you quit. Number 2, if you have a wig business, do not make the wigs, okay? Do not make your wigs. Have your vendor make your wigs for you. What you need to focus on is customization, okay? You need to focus on customizing a wig, because I've seen too many wig businesses out there that have no customization and they're selling. The problem is that the wigs don't look good, period. The wigs don't look good and the customers are buying them and they're wearing them. Along the board is becoming a problem, because then wigs have bad name. You know, it have a bad stigma to it because majority of them looks bad. Your customer don't care that you could make the wig on the sewing machine. The customer care that you give them a full wig, full density, and top-notch customization. Now, to a certain point, maybe you might need to know how to make it, but not all businesses is going to need that. If you want to provide custom services to your clients for people who have small heads and people who have large heads, then you might need to know how to make the wigs. But when you're just starting out, don't even worry about that. Don't even worry about that. Focus on getting good quality hair from your vendor, and find a vendor who can make you custom units, meaning you tell them, hey, this wig, give me 4 bundles of 24-inch. Let's say you want to do curls with layers. You need to be able to tell your vendor, hey, this wig, I need 2 bundles of 26, 2 bundles of 24, and a bundle of 22. This is the type of stuff you need to be able to tell your vendor. Either that or the vendor needs to already have custom units that's full density. They just want their hair slayed. Now, what I'm seeing is a lot of wig businesses where the hairline is not customized, the parts are not customized, the knots are over bleached, and then they put the black sprays or the concealer to highlight the sprays. I mean the concealer to highlight your part. It's a whole lot of stuff going on. You know, you've seen it. Maybe you're doing it yourself. I don't know, but it have to stop. So if you have a wig business and you know that you want to focus more on customization, I do have a tutorial where I teach you how to bleach your knots. I teach you how to pluck a clean hairline. I teach you how to create a crisp, clean part, how to silk press. A lot of people love curls, but they don't know how to make the curls. People be blindly curling their hair. I was too for a long time. Long story short. So check out the tutorial. It covers everything. It's on sale. I think it's like $120. I'm almost sure it's $120 right now, but I'll leave the link down in the description. It's all the courses in one. I'll leave the links below if you want to check them out. Okay, so number 3. What I wish I knew before starting a wig business is to niche down. Babe, you have to niche down. And let me tell you something, this is the hardest thing because you will feel so bored. Like if you have like this creative juice going, you will feel so bored to niche down. You will feel so bored. It's so frustrating, but you must niche down because you know how they say like every market is oversaturated? The hair market is oversaturated, but there's room. There's room for a lot of you to come in. So let's talk about niching down. How could you niche down? You could say, I only do bobs, right? And you can just do 10-inch bobs, 12-inch bobs, 14-inch bobs. And you just focus on bobs with nice, sleek, like a nice bump on it. And that's all you focus on for at least 1 year. If you cannot do 1 year, at least, at the very minimum, 6 months, at the very minimum. So you need to focus on creating like the best bob that's out there. You need to own it. You need to own the bobs. So let's just say that's one niche. So let's say another person say, okay, maybe I'll focus on curly hair, okay? You focus on deep wave, deep curly, loose wave, all curly hairs. You can do it short and long, all curly hair. That's the only thing you focus on. Maybe you want to say, oh, I only want to do short curly hair. That's even better. So you'll probably do like from 12-inch to like maybe 16 to 18-inch, and you'll have that type of look. So people know, they'll know you for that look. That's what you want them to do. You want them to remember you. You want them to remember you. That's the point of niching down. The point of niching down is so that when they think about curly hair in an afro or on your shoulders, and they're thinking about a certain look, they're thinking about you. They're thinking about your business. Okay? So let's say now, oh, you know this look? I love this look. My Alexa unit, I took my units out. We're not talking about me. But my Alexa unit have this look. It's an 18-inch. So it's an 18-inch and it stops like right here. Okay, and it's that Cambodian texture. Don't go to your vendor asking for Cambodian texture, by the way. Another video, another time. But if you buy my vendors, if you buy my personal vendor, I list, I talk about everything that you must not say to those vendors. Those vendors was, if those vendors will scam you, those vendors will piss you off so bad. Because let me tell you something about them. They don't care nothing about us. They don't care nothing about us. They want their money. So yes, I listed everything that you must not say to them vendors, everything that you should say, how you should speak to them. But the Cambodian texture, that's a look right now. That's a high-end look. And a lot of them is they're stopping like right here by the shoulder, or maybe even down here, but it's so sexy. Maybe you want to just have a signature look, and that's the look that you want. That's perfect. All I'm saying is find a look. You want to do 30-inch bust downs, and that's what you want to be known for? Do that. When they come on your page, they know that the only thing that they're going to see is 30-inch bust down, maybe 30, 32, maybe 28, but they're going to see long silk press sleek wigs, okay? You could even color it. Maybe you focus on one of those segments that I say, and maybe you just focus on bright colors. Maybe you focus on just natural colors. Maybe you focus on only highlights. Pick a focus. Pick a focus. If you're doing the bobs and you want to do colored bobs, do that as well. So you have natural and colored. Maybe I should, I don't know. I want to break this down some more, but I don't want the video to be so long. So just comment below and let me know if you understand what I'm saying, okay? And if you want me to get more into it, let me know in the comments and I'll do a video and I'll really separate them and get right into it for you. But pick a segment and stick to it. If you want to stick to, I'm gonna tell you one more that don't sound so boxed in. Let's say you want to do all long wigs. So you have the bust down, you have the curly hair, and you want to do curls. But your wigs only come in long lengths. So let's say to get a wig from your business, it have to be at least 26 inches and up because you only do long hair. Yeah, you can do something like that. So they know, don't come over here looking for those short hair. That's not who we is over here. Do something that you're going to stand out. You have to stand out. You have to. You have to. Now, let's talk about little miscellaneous stuff that I want to go back and touch on. As far as customizing, remember I said you need to learn how to customize the unit. Maybe, because what the thing is, the honest truth, you're not going to be able to master every part of customizing right away. So the important thing for you to do is, first, you need to know how to bleach your knots. That's the first thing. You have to know how to properly bleach your knots. That's the first thing, okay? If you don't know how to customize the hairline for a natural hairline, I don't do baby hairs. I don't recommend it. Some people I do love to see baby hairs on. They be those soft, nice cut. They be real pretty. I don't know. Maybe one day, like in the future, I'll try. Cause those soft ones be looking real sexy sometimes. But I can't do it. I'm too grown for it. But we'll see. Maybe I'll give it a try one day. Anyways, I don't do baby hair, so I do natural customization. Right now, I just fling this wig on. My favorite thing to do is fling my my favorite thing to do is fling my wigs on. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but you can see my part. People know me because of my part. I know they know me because of my part. They'll see my part and they'll be like, ooh. Before, I never used to focus so much on customizing the hairline. I thought I was customizing the hairline, but I wasn't customizing the hairline how I should have. So now I'm being more intentional when I do make wigs to make sure that I customize that hairline to the T. I was so focused on my part, and that's good because people knew me from my part. Okay, they know me from my part. They know me from my wigs because I make them on ventilated caps. I don't make wigs on dome caps. I use a sewing machine with the ventilated caps. But to be honest with you, that wasn't enough. So why I say the things I wish I knew, because if I knew, number one, I would not have made the wigs. I would have focused on customization, and I would have focused on a certain length and a certain look. So when you come to me, when you click on my page, you have that vibe, you have that look. Create a Pinterest board. I know you probably heard that before, but the boards be so inspirational and it helps you to stay in the vibe. So if you look at the board and what you create don't match with the board, it's out. Stay focused on the board that you create, because you're gonna stay focused on a certain look, and that's where you're gonna niche down. I hope this video was helpful. Yeah, I hope this video was helpful. Comment below, let me know if you want me to break this down some more. Let me know if you want me to get deeper. I feel like I had to get that off my chest. You know what I'm gonna do? I need to create an ebook. I need to create an ebook breaking all of this down. Anyways, I'll let you know how about the ebook. But yeah, you can check out my YouTube shorts so you can see my work if you're not familiar with it. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I mean, only subscribe if you like it here. You know, if you think that you're gonna love it here, only subscribe then. Because I wouldn't want, you know, some people, they'll have like a whole bunch of subscribers, but then nobody's not watching because they're not interested. Yeah, I won't force you to subscribe unless you feel like, you know, you'll love it here. So yeah, subscribe, share it with a friend, like, comment so it can push. And yeah, I think I can do this. Because to be honest with you, I didn't know if I could sit down in front of the camera. You want me to tell you something else that you need to do if you have a wig business? You need to start a YouTube channel. I wish that I had put all my eggs into YouTube instead of spreading it thin across the board. I wish that I had focused on one channel, because I spread myself across the board. And I really started with Facebook because Facebook is where my family and friends was. Facebook is where I felt safe. But right now, Facebook is a good place to be. But we're not gonna get into all of that right now. So the 3 things: do not quit your job, do not make the wigs, focus on customization, focus on niching. Focus on niching down. Pick a niche, stick to it. We can talk more about it. You let me know. Anyways, love you guys. Thank you for being here. Yeah, see you in the next video.